Hey guys, Citrix Tech here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a quick laptop swap, a hard drive with an SSD, because this computer runs really slowly. But first, I'm just going to show you how long it takes to actually start up and get moving, and then I'll show you the repair progress. Should be a fun video, and if you guys got any questions or want me to show you guys how to do anything in the future, please don't be afraid to let me know. I'm always looking for new ideas on content, but this is a client's computer. And I do run a business called Nate's Computer Repair, and since this is the first video, welcome for all you guys joining us. It is good to see y'all. So, as you see, it takes forever to load. And we're going to be swapping this guy with an SSD off camera. I'm going to be cloning the hard drive to an SSD because it will take forever to show you guys the full process. And yeah, we'll take it from there. But yeah, it's still going. It's just really slow. And yeah. And now to get started with the hard drive replacement, you're going to start by taking out all these screws, which there's a lot of them. And then I can't remember if there's somewhere, but something's under there. I will tell you if there are. And yeah, I'll take those out, and then I'll show you how to take out this top part of the, well, the bottom part of the case. Doesn't truthfully matter what order you go in, just make sure you unscrew all the screws, and if they come out, just take them out. Make sure you kind of have a clue what all the screws are, because if you don't, you're gonna have a mess with screws everywhere, and that would not be fun, because there are sometimes you lose screws and then you gotta replace the screw, and that is not a good combination. This one's got a lot of screws, sometimes there's less, sometimes there's more, it all just depends. I think this one's out. Yeah, if there's longer screws and shorter screws, you'll just have to remember where those go. Some people use nice little magnetic charts. That's got like a little spot for all of them, which is kind of cool. I don't use them unless there's a few thousand screws, or it's a really old computer that needs to be taken apart and worked on. This screw right here usually holds the DVD player in, so you just pop that out. Pretty nice and simple. Slip that out of the way. Sometimes there's screws here, so just make sure there isn't any. I don't know if this is going to come out anymore or not. Sometimes it's easy to take apart, sometimes they're not. Just be careful because you don't want to damage it. And so what I like to do is I did shut that off, make sure it's powered off, and then if you got one of these little, it's like a guitar pick, pop that in between here in the board and it should come right out. Sometimes not though. They don't make them always the easiest. Because they're easy, they never want to do it. Let's start with the other side. Go. And if there's parts you want me to show that I'm not showing, please feel free to let me know, because I can work on making sure I do that in future videos. And I don't want to give you those fuzzy screens like most technician videos do, because I've watched a lot of them to learn how to do all this. They're so fuzzy, they're not really any use. And you don't learn anything, and you can't do anything off of them. Always the one stubborn little clip. It's all different thicknesses of guitar picks too for these. Cool little repair kits you can get. Just kind of depends what you're looking for, what you're doing. I like the thinner ones because they slide easier. The bigger ones are a little bit harder to use, but sometimes that's the way to go. And I didn't take this apart before video, so just note that I'm not just showing you what I like, just making up stuff as I go. I have done many computers, probably a few hundred, but this is just to show you how to actually do it. You might break a few pins, that's completely normal. They don't make it super simple, and I kind of think this is still... There we go. Thought it was still in. Sometimes they stick a little, but I did unscrew it a lot, so I thought it was done. But popping is also kind of normal. That size out. You don't want to just yank it off because then you're gonna break it, and you won't be able to reuse it. And this is screwed. Now, see, if I had yanked that off, it would have just snapped it. And that would have been a whole nother nightmare, because now you're dealing with a whole broken case. You don't want to pay for that. Then yeah, here's the other side in case you want to see. Take that, put that to the side, where you'll come find it, and then this is the inside of this computer. So all I'm going to do is pop it out, and I'm going to swap it with a PNY 1 terabyte SSD. I'm going to clone it, this one to this one. It'll be nice and faster than it was. This one looks like it's pretty easy to pop out. Let's see. Some repair videos, they take it apart beforehand. I'm just, as I go, we're doing it. I think it's pretty nice. So yeah. And then I have to take the case off, put in my cloning device. There's many different ways to clone. You can clone with computer software, you can buy a little cloning device, whatever. I have a little cloning device. And yeah, when we come back, I'll have it all cloned and we'll put it all back together. Alright, so I have completed the data transfer from the old hard drive to this. And now we're going to put this back together and it should fire right up. Just make sure I get the ports right, because it does happen when we flip them. And I use PNY because I'm partnered with them and they are very easy to reach out for customer support, but there's also many other good SSDs and graphics cards out there in companies, so feel free to use whatever is best for you or whatever you prefer. And this is just set in there, so make sure it's in there. And then usually when I'm here, I make sure the battery's nice and smooth and not wavy, because sometimes they get really lumpy, and then if you need to take out the RAM, it's here. And the DVD player will go here, that's the little port here. And now we'll just put it back together. Well, actually, you could fire it up. We'll fire it up real quick. Sure, it looks like it boots right. Should boot just fine. It's the first boot up they do. It's take a little bit longer for the first boot up. It's not going to be instant. After the first boot up, it'll go way faster on an SSD. It's because the first one, it's like figuring out what's going on. Because a solid state to, well, a non-solid state to a solid state is kind of a big jump. And yeah, I'm not going to show you the login screen, but yeah. So it pulls up, we're good. It's signed into Windows, that's what we want. Well, yeah, set up with Windows. We'll pop this back on and it should be all good to go. Make sure to push down evenly. Make sure you put it on the right way, so you always want the curve to the back. Placing screen stuff's different. And you don't want to have it up on something because then you could crack the screen. Don't want to ever try that. Usually these pop in too. Should I turn it off? So that way it's off. I'll continue. Just want to go around and make sure it's. Because there will be some areas you'll miss for sure. That one's being a little stubborn. Sometimes they'll be a little stubborn in the case. You gotta pop some of it out, pop it back in. So this is a good example. Is this being stubborn? Well, there is a screw hole there, so that's a good sign. Pop it back in. Might just be because the pins broke there. That's probably what it is. It'll still work fine though. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Then what you're going to want to do is take the DVD player before you start screwing it all in. Slip that in. Should go pretty smoothly. And now you're just going to put all the screws in. As long as the case looks good. Make sure it looks like it all is connected. That's the screen. So yeah, once you make sure all this is connected, it might be a little weird because screws aren't in. And if you guys have any recommendations or anything I should improve or change, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm always interested to hear what your guys' feedbacks are. This is a high resolution camera. I'm going to work on getting a better mic because I do know this one probably doesn't sound that great, but one thing at a time. Or if you'd like me to show you guys how to work on like a Windows 98 computer, DOS, whatever, I have all that and I do work on it. It's a lot of fun. This is just one I have to work on right now for a client, but once it's done we can move on to other things and I'm sure we'll have more interesting projects to work on. And yeah, it's just a painstaking process of screwing all the screws in. I always try to treat everything I get or receive from a client as I would want my device treated. So that's why it's on mats. Keeps it from being scratched. If you put it on the wood, it'll probably get all scratched up. And that is not a fun thing to see on your computer. Mainly if it's a nice one. Sometimes they're really beat up and scratched and then they probably don't care, but this is a nicer laptop. So we're going to keep it nice and clean for them. Yeah. And then once that's all done, put back together, you can flip it over. Make sure everything feels right. You may break a few screw holes, try not to. Feels good. Pop the power button, make sure it turns on still. And then that is basic step-by-step instructions on how to take apart and reassemble your Lenovo IdeaPad 320. Again, if you guys have any questions or any recommendations or anything you'd like to see in the future, on any of my channels even, feel free to drop a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Up to hear what your guys' opinions are of things, if I can do things better, different camera angles, please let me know, and it does still turn on. So we'll see you all in the next video. And have a great rest of your guys' day. Bye!